The Duke's Shadow, The Secret Chronicle of Guy de Valois, Book 1 of the Spy Wars trilogy, written by Quentin Drummond Anderson and narrated by Michael Cordue. Chapter 1. A Night's Beginning. The autumn of 1035 brought an unseasonable chill to the Norman countryside, as if the very land itself sensed the impending death of Duke Robert III. In the modest manor house of the Valois family, some 30 leagues from Falaise, 13-year-old Guy de Valois stood before his father's ornate chest, fingers trailing over the elaborate metalwork that adorned its edges. Within lay the implements of his imminent departure. A newly forged sword, still pristine and unused, and the sealed letter that would deliver him into the service of William, the young heir to the Norman duchy. Guy's father, Bernard de Valois, had arranged this placement with characteristic cunning. Though their family controlled but 3 villages and a stretch of woodland too small to warrant mention in the duchy's records, Bernard had cultivated relationships with those close to power. When whispers began circulating about Duke Robert's planned pilgrimage to Jerusalem, Bernard had moved swiftly, leveraging every connection to secure his son a position in young William's household. "You understand what's expected of you?" Bernard's voice, roughened by years of shouting commands across battlefields, cut through the chamber's silence. He stood by the narrow window, his broad frame silhouetted against the grey morning light. Though only 43, the years had begun to frost his dark hair with silver, lending him an air of weathered authority. "Yes, father." Guy's response was measured, careful. He had learned early that his father valued precision in speech as much as in swordplay. "I'm to serve as page to William, learn the ways of his household, and make myself useful wherever possible." Bernard turned from the window, his scarred face caught in a rare half-smile. "That's the official purpose, yes, but you're clever enough to know there's more to it than that." He crossed the room in 3 long strides, placing a heavy hand on Guy's shoulder. "William is 8 years old, and his father's leaving him a duchy that's about as stable as a 3-legged horse. Half the nobles think they can do better than a bastard child, and the other half are waiting to see which way the wind blows." Guy nodded, hiding his discomfort at his father's grip. "And we're positioning ourselves early." "Precisely." Bernard's smile widened fractionally. "You've always had a gift for seeing the angles, lad. That mind of yours, it works differently than most. Where others see walls, you see handholds. Where they see rules, you see opportunities." It wasn't the first time Guy had heard such observations about himself. The priests who had taught him his letters had noticed it too, though they'd been less approving than his.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?